Let's see, who shall we play as this time? Are there any more... Well, we haven't looked at the Quacker. Screw it, I'm playing as Toad on the Quacker. And before I forget what I was talking about earlier, let me actually go ahead and look up what some of these Wii Happy Meal toys looked like. What I was talking about before. Okay, I looked it up. They are exactly how I remember them. Although they were I think released in 2008, and I'm talking about the Wii ones that I was talking about with the Wii remotes, the Wii remote launcher. They were McDonald's toys, and they were just kind of themed around the Wii in general, with games like Super Mario Galaxy, Super Paper Mario, and Mario Kart Wii. And the only one, I looked up an image of all of them, the only one I remember is one they had of a Chain Chomp. That's the only one I remember distinctly. I'm pretty sure it was a friend that had it. But, yeah, there was one for Mario Kart Wii. I believe it was Yoshi in the standard cart. So, yeah, pretty cool. You could connect a Wii remote to it in order to launch it. I believe there was also one of a Luma along with Diddy Kong. Which is weird, because I'm trying to think what Donkey Kong games were on the Wii up to that point in 2008, because I think there was... I don't know if Donkey Kong Jungle Beat had been re-released on the Wii quite yet, but I do know there was the racing game Donkey Kong Barrel Blast. So maybe that's what it was tying into? I don't know. But yeah, just something to note. By the way, the Quacker is another vehicle that has inward drifting. And was one I hated using as a kid because of that inward drift that I just could not get used to. I don't even know if I owned any Mario toys as a kid, because keep in mind, I didn't really get into the Mario series until, like, fully get into the Mario series until, like, 2012. So, like, I was a little older by that time. I think the only kind of stuff I was actually collecting or buying was the Mario plush toys, which I kind of formed a collection of. And I would continue collecting plush toys based on Mario for about, like, a year. I know I've talked about it before multiple times, including on this playthrough and a previous one. But, I mean, I guess there's a reason that I would talk about it so much, because it's one of my earliest connections with the Mario franchise outside of the games themselves. Which even then, the only ones I had really played by that time were kind of the ones that everyone played, like this and New Super Mario Bros. Wii. After I played that game at a friend's house, I was like, wow, this looks cool. And we bought it ourselves. I even have the red case for the game. I think that was around, what, 2011? So, yeah, it was a lot later, like I said. Beforehand, I wasn't really much of a video game guy at all, outside of just, like, Lego Star Wars. and a couple of movie tie-in games that I played on my DS. Because I think I said this before, as a kid mainly, I was always more of a movie person before I was ever a video game person. I guess that goes for anyone. Because a person could probably just sit there and watch a movie before they, you know, are able to pick up a video game controller. Because it requires a lot of muscle reflexes that a younger person might not have quite yet, or have fully developed yet. So it makes sense. Wow, okay. And it wears off, and I'm now in last place, or second to last place. Fantastic. Ooh, here's something I could bring up. What's funny is that I said that I didn't have too many Mario Kart, of the Mario Kart toys, mainly of the KNX ones. But that didn't stop me from, like, making physical Mario Kart tracks around my house. And what's funny is that I'm pretty sure I took inspiration from someone else. I would mainly make the tracks, and or kind of flat tracks, like this one. What's funny is that I would mainly use DVD cases and, like, Wii game cases. There's, like, you know, the DVD cases in general, because Wii game cases are shaped, or kind of in the same shape as them, along with stuff like GameCube and original Xbox, because we had an original Xbox. I would use those cases to kind of lay out a track and then have, like, some sort of vehicle-based toy. Like, I'm pretty sure it was, I used, like, a bat cycle that I had in a Imaginext Batman playset. Did I say Batman? I think I meant I had a bat cave, this huge bat cave that I think contained Batman, Robin, alongside characters like the Joker, the Penguin, and Mr. Freeze. And I would use the bat cycle that it came with to kind of imagine my own Mario Kart tracks. And I'm pretty sure the inspiration of it was watching so many time trial videos on YouTube of people, like, doing super well on the tracks. And I'm pretty sure they would all use bikes, of course. And me thinking to myself, wow, I want to do that. So do in real life with a physical toy. So it's kind of funny. It's funny to mention. Oh. What's even funnier is that I got the Imaginext playset because of playing so much Lego Batman on the Wii, the game called Lego Batman, the video game. It's kind of ironic that, you know, I didn't get the Batman Lego sets after playing it, but rather an Imaginext Batman set. How ironic. I mean, I did get the Batman Lego sets that came out later in 2012 that were part of the DC Universe Superheroes line rather than the Lego Batman line. They kind of renamed it because the wave that they released in early 2012, that's when I got them, also had a Superman set. So that's kind of why they named it that. It's funny because I'm pretty sure I nearly owned that entire wave they released, because I think there were like 6 or 7 sets, but there was only one that I didn't have, and it was one that had the Batmobile. So yeah, to this day, I still do not own the most iconic Batman vehicle. Ain't that funny? But I had all of the other sets, part of that wave, including, I think there was like there was a Batcave set that came with Poison Ivy and Bane. There was also a fairground set that came with Joker, Harley Quinn, and the Riddler. What else? There was, what I already mentioned, a Superman set that came with Superman, Lex Luthor, and Wonder Woman. Oh, I remember, there was also a set that came with Catwoman on her motorbike. I believe later on I would actually continue to use physical toys to imagine more Mario Kart situations using Catwoman's motorbike as a motorbike I would always use for it. It's a pretty cool design. Oh. It's a pretty cool design, honestly. Like a purple motorbike. It's pretty cool. And like I said, it was the 2012 one, because I think there was also one released in 2006, I want to say, that actually had a printing, or was it a sticker on the front that like had eyes to kind of like symbolize a cat, because, you know, it's Catwoman. So, like, her motorbike had like a cat symbol on it. The 2012 one did not, so you could easily use it in situations outside of the context of it being Catwoman's motorbike, and I did pretty often. Ooh, that was cool. Oh yeah, there was one more set that had the Batwing alongside Joker's helicopter. So yeah, pretty cool. Kind of weird that I'm talking about Lego Batman now, but like it somewhat has to do with Mario Kart, so I'll excuse it. Because like I said, I would use the motorbikes featured in them to kind of imagine Mario Kart situations with physical toys. Or just make my own Mario Kart tracks physically. It's weird that they have yet to make a Mario Kart game with a track creator. I mean, I know there are people online that make custom tracks for this game specifically, and there's a huge community of players that play a modded version of Mario Kart Wii that has what's called the CTGP, or Custom Track Grand Prix, to where people can install custom tracks made for this game. I actually wanted to do that as a kid. I actually wanted to mod my Wii so that I could play custom tracks, but I was never able to. It's a pretty long process of actually modding your Wii that, like, 8 or 9-year-old me probably couldn't accomplish. At least by myself. Oh, come on, man! 4th place. Alright, let's see if that does anything for me. 53 points overall. We've already seen Toad's victory animation, so we could just skip that. And see the A rank that I just... Nope! Gold star rank. Very nice. Cool. We can now play on the 150cc Lightning Cup. Very nice. And we now have a medium kart, the Day Tripper. Look at that thing. It's cool. It's got wings. Alright. So now, we may as well go ahead and play the 150cc Lightning Cup. But as who? Who shall be the character that rides in the Day Tripper? Is this the only medium weight vehicle that we have not covered yet? I believe it is. So we'll go as Peach on the Day Tripper as we cover the 150cc Lightning Cup. As we start with Mario Circuit 3. The 4th Mario Circuit track in this game. I still can't believe there are 4 of them in this game alone. But, let's see, what's something else I could talk about? Ooh, I know. Something that I was kind of brainstorming as a kid. I don't know if this was before Mario Kart 7 came out or not, but I remember always brainstorming that I wanted, like, a sequel to Mario Kart Wii called Mario Kart Wii 2. Yeah. And keep in mind, this was... Well, even to this day, there is yet to be a system that has 2 Mario Kart games on it. So, I guess I thought... I guess I didn't really know that at the time. So I thought it was perfectly normal to be like, oh, they should make a Mario Kart Wii 2 with more characters, new tracks, new vehicles, and all sorts of stuff. I distinctly remember, this was back when I was still in elementary school. So I remember like being on the swing sets. I don't know if this was after school or during like recess or something. But I remember always just sitting there brainstorming, okay, what new tracks would be in Mario Kart Wii 2? You know? Again, I don't know if this was... I think this was after Mario Kart 7 came out. So like... You know, pretty late into the Wii's lifespan that I was thinking of this. I also don't know if this was before the Wii U came out. I think it was... But then even then, I could have thought like maybe the Wii U would be where Mario Kart Wii 2 would be, which doesn't make any sense, unless they called it like Mario Kart Wii U or something, you know. But hey, there's so many there's so many custom tracks made for this game that I guess you could consider those as the unofficial Mario Kart Wii 2. I'm pretty sure people have also modded in like new characters like Shy Guy and stuff. So I guess the modding community for this game kind of serves as the Mario Kart Wii 2 that I always wanted. You know what, that modding community might also be the reason why I would always envision new tracks and like make physical new tracks for Mario Kart Wii using DVD cases and whatever vehicle-based toy I could find. I would not be surprised watching YouTubers like TWD98 play like custom tracks and stuff. Oh, why'd I do that? Silly me. Oh, Lakita reminds me. Here's another stupid thing that I envisioned for Mario Kart Wii 2. I don't know why I thought this, but I wanted them to like change the wording of how Lakitu's signs would be like worded on his little board that he has that says like lap 2, lap 1, and final lap. I wanted to have that change. Well, they technically did change it with Mario Kart 7 to where it would just have like 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, and 3 out of 3 on it, rather than having the word lap on there. But I wanted it to be reworded into like first lap, second lap, and last lap. Because I guess I wanted even the little things to be just only a little different in Mario Kart Wii 2. Yeesh. Alright, time for DK Mountain. I guess I could talk about this. Mario Kart Wii was not the only racing game that I played on the Wii. There was another one. I guess most would call it a shovelware title. But I would always play the game DreamWorks Superstar Karts for the Wii. I've talked about it on the channel before and how it's not a very good game. Big surprise. But it was one I remember actually playing rather often as a kid. Even after I, excessively played Mario Kart Wii. That's probably why I played it so much, because it was like, oh my god, it's like Mario Kart Wii, but with DreamWorks characters. I was a pretty big DreamWorks fan as a kid, if you couldn't already tell. By the fact that I had a lot of the DreamWorks tie-in games, like I had a lot of the DS ones. Like I had Monsters vs. Aliens for the DS. But yeah, it was a game I played pretty often. And actually, it was after playing it at a friend's house that influenced me to get it myself. Which nowadays I think is hilarious. But I guess I didn't know better as a kid, because I guess I didn't really know what quality was at the time. Great. Like with that, because with that game, it only has, I think, 9 tracks, and is arguably even more unbalanced than this game. Because the game was also released on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, and in those versions, there were online leaderboards. If you look at the online leaderboards for that game, it is just plagued with nothing but people playing as the character Donkey from Shrek. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that Donkey in that game is broken. To where, like, he is literally the most, or like the best character in that game. To where he's the only character that anyone would play as, so yeah, it makes me wonder even more why I played. Again, I didn't know this as a kid, so all I cared about was, oh wow, it's like Mario Kart, but with DreamWorks characters. That was all I cared about. And also, I'm pretty sure it came with like a special, like actual plastic wheel accessory. Come on. Dang it. Okay. Sure. Alright, so I won't get a perfect score this time, but I might still be able to achieve Gold Star ranking. It depends on how well I do on Bowser's Castle. Specifically, in 64, Bowser's Castle. But yeah, what's even funnier is that similar to this game, I remember trying to, like, physically reenact that game as well with my, with some toys I had. Because I had a bunch of plush toys of DreamWorks characters like, Shrek, along with stuff like, I think some of the Madagascar characters. Because I was really into Madagascar at this time. Or at least I was at one point. I still like the movies, but I'm not as obsessed with them as I was back then. But anyways, I do remember. Here's a story. me and my family were over at a friend's house. Or, like, a house of a friend of ours. I remember with one of the kids there, I brought a whole bunch of my plush toys there. This was an era to where I would bring a huge sack of plush toys everywhere I went. Now, that's another thing I could talk about. Was that me or did I hear something? Whatever. Uh-oh, on the cloud. Think fast, Toad. Anyways, I remember I brought some of the DreamWorks plush toys along with some other stuff that I owned, including some, like, RC cars. And I wanted him to join me playing, like, a physical reenactment of DreamWorks Superstar Karts. How sad does that sound? And what's funny is that the more we played with the plush, I remember the kid, keep in mind he was younger than me, saying that he kind of got bored of it before I ever did. I was that sad back then. To be fair, I didn't have that many friends, so that was like one of the closest things I had to actually, you know, doing something with a friend. And that's physically reenacting a Wii shovelware game. Isn't that depressing? But yeah, I was going to talk about another thing to where a lot of times where I would go over to friends' houses, I would bring a huge sack of like all the plush toys I owned. Yeah, that lets you know that I was a pretty lonely kid, that I was also kind of selfish to where I just wanted to play the games that I wanted to, or just role play with the plush toys I wanted to. But, yeah. Now, there was one time to where, I think it was at a friend's birthday party. This was like 2012. I do distinctly remember that it was 2012 because I remember that was the night that there was a TV special that premiered that I don't know if I could talk about later or I could talk about right now while the credits are rolling. It was a Disney Channel special of a crossover between two of their shows that were airing at the time. Austin and Ally and Jesse. It was I think it was a New Year's special titled like Austin and Jesse and Ally and some other title. It was interesting. And that's the only reason why I remember the exact date that party was held. It's because there was a freaking Disney Channel special that aired that day. So ain't that funny? I'm pretty sure I actually lost one of my plush toys while there. I had a plush of a blooper from Mario, and I actually left it there. So we got a gold star rank on Lightning Cup. Very, very nice. And so I believe that actually concludes 150cc for Mario Kart Wii. So we get the credits roll once again, which we'll skip, because we'll get to see it one more time as we go through this game, as we get this same congratulations screen again. No. And there we go! We've conquered all cups 150cc, which means we now play in mirror mode, which is something I'll get into later. We also unlocked a new large kart, the Jet Setter, for scoring gold star ranks in the entire Retro Grand Prix on 150cc. So there we go. And we also get the Honeycoop, another large kart, for winning the Lightning Cup on 150cc. So that's pretty cool. It's funny that they kind of have similar designs. And so yeah, there we go. Now how about, before we move on into the fourth cup that we have, or the fourth CC that we have now, mirror mode, right and left are reverse in this Grand Prix. It's pretty much the same speed as 150cc, but the tracks are mirrored. to where rights are now left and lefts are now right. I wonder if actually showing it... Oh, by the way, yeah, this will show us the 2 new carts that we have for large weights. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, even the previews are actually mirrored as well. So that's pretty cool. So before we actually get into that, why don't we go ahead and go through the other single-player mode in this game, Time Trials. Race by yourself for the fastest record. Which is something we will do next time. So yeah, I'll see y'all then.